Good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to be with you again for another week of how we're going to help you get more leads, close more deals, and improve your profitability without spending extra time on marketing or advertising. What we're going to cover today has something that really comes up a lot with my clients as they finally get the lead problem solved. So phone's ringing off the hook, schedules get booked out, and we now reach that point where we got added to the team so we can really start to grow and get things off our plate and be able to help take on more capacity, just all the different things, because there's only so much we can do with the hours that we've got. So we want to make sure we're finding the right people. One of the other things that often gets frustrating is you're spending the time interviewing the wrong people, or you're not getting the right kind of candidates, or they're not the right fit, or there's concerns about putting all the time to train someone only to have them leave shortly thereafter. I mean, there's all these different problems when it comes to hiring, and we have to learn how to find the right people and also be set up in a situation where we're comfortable and ready to let go of a little bit of control, but so we can scale. And so we're going to walk through something that we've worked with our clients over countless times over to add all different kinds of roles, like whether it's administrative assistants, or it's a project manager, or it's an estimator, or it's a foreman. What are the kinds of roles that are going to really help move the needle and free you up as the owner so that you can do the things that only you can do for the business and add the most value versus stuff that can and should be trained, delegated, offloaded. Otherwise, the whole plan is we want to be able to have a business that can run by itself and they can generate cash even if you take a day off or an afternoon or even a week. Imagine that, right? So we want you to still be able to generate cash and get more sleep at night. And that's what we're going to walk you through, just a way to be able to help move through that process in a very simple way. And at the end, I'll show you some of the templates that we use to help you, again, attract the right people and really cover one of the most important steps that most everybody misses when it comes to getting those job descriptions posted and recruiting the right people. So as we go through this, let me know down in the comments which role you need next. And based on that, we'll get you the templates that we use for that role to help you get that much closer to the finish line to where you can start to really breathe again and be able to enjoy some of the time and all the hard work that you've done to put into the business so that it's generating the cash and again, so you can close the leads, fill out the projects, get stuff on the schedule without having to turn people away because now, hey, you got all the leads, but we need the right people. So we're going to walk through a couple of those things in just a few minutes and we'll get started. Again, let me know let me know which role you're looking to hire next. And if you'd like to steal some of the templates that our clients are using, and we'll shoot them right over to you, but let's jump in and get started with our process and how it works. Okay, so the very first thing that's absolutely essential, we need to, I guess, borrow a little bit of a line from Stephen Covey. We got to begin with the end in mind. And the very first part in having a successful new hire and finding the right person to be able to add to your core team is let's get a really clear list of what we want them to do. Because even though we have some of these generalized roles that I talked about earlier, there may be some nuances to what you really want this person to take on first. And so the first part when we sit down with our clients to go through this is let's just open a simple document and just bullet point out what are the key things that you want them to do. What are the things when you think about day-to-day stuff that you're spending your time on that you want to just get rid of or just have done and handled for you so you can get back doing things that are more important. Let's get these knocked out. And so for one of my clients who said, hey, in his case, he wanted to get an admin assistant. That was the biggest needle mover, the easiest thing to be able to free up his time and do more stuff. So in this case, we just started bullet pointing it out. It was following up with the Google leads. We started getting tons of those through some of the strategies we use. And so we said, hey, here's stuff that we need to have done. Second thing, we want someone to answer the phone. He's not always able to, whether he's on the road or with clients or with his crews, doing all kinds of stuff. So we wanted somebody else who could answer the phones, what that means. Have them, and beyond answering the phone, what do we want them to do with them once they answer it? Is it booking appointments? Is it forwarding to somebody else? There's maybe some different things inside your business to make more sense. So get more specific. And then we also turn on live chat on his website. So we wanted somebody to monitor that and be able to intervene or be able to help train the AI chatbot to be able to do things more efficiently, more effectively. So again, that was another key area. We thought, hey, that's stuff that he was spending time doing. Let's bring him up out of that. And then pre and post appointment. So when we schedule a bid, hey, we're to see you Friday afternoon at 2:00. Do we have someone who is really helping to guide that customer experience the way we want it to, and sending out or having pre-appointment reminders? There's some things we can do with software, but also to make sure they really have the right experience that we wanted. So we wanted to find that, to call them, give people the heads up. And then also checking in after after the appointment, after the bid, or even after the project's completed to make sure we ask them for Google reviews as another reminder. We have other ways that we have the team doing it, but we thought this role would be another good one to have another touch point. So those were a couple of things that just came up from the top. Again, we went in more depth, but this is just some thought starters for that role. But just to show you, start with just bullet pointing out what are the things you find you or someone else on your team doing on a regular basis that we want to have this new person take over instead. So start there. Then the next step, and this is almost embarrassingly simple, but again, it's just a easy way to just save yourself a ton of time rather than have to feel like we have to turn this initial start of paper into something that's fully robust, that's actually going to help you land the right people. We go to the magic Google and just search for construction administrative assistant job description. That's simple, right? And maybe, and again, whether you need a foreman, project manager, whatever else, just insert the role there, but drop that in next. There's a bunch of different responses. What I tend to do, especially for most of the key roles in the trades and in our industries, is I think that more often than not, you're going to find your best people through Indeed for these kinds of roles. Now, there's some, depending on the candidate and the type of role you're looking for, maybe it makes more sense to look at LinkedIn if they need a little bit more education, higher qualification, depending on what you want. And there's other sites, ZipRecruiter, there's so many, but we found that we've had the most success, frankly, with Indeed. So I'll go down and look for their answer. And they've got one, you can see right here. So when we click on that, we'll end up with their templated response. So we'll then grab, oh, it's wanting to verify. Okay. So there are some free links where you don't have to verify or anything else. So I already did the work on this other page. So you find that job description that they provided. You can also look at some of the other ones that in your market, the competitors are doing, which is another good hack. See how other competitors in your area are looking for the same kinds of roles and see how they're describing their positions. And if there's anything else you want to sneak from that, and you can, then we just drop that into another doc. And this is where you can see we've enhanced what we had before with some of those starting points, but then also we found a couple other key responsibilities for that kind of role that sparked some creativity. Thought, oh, you know what? We'd also want that too. So we jumped in and added a few other things like, hey, this person could also help with preparing the forms for change orders. They could do other things like setting up filing systems, data entry, meeting logistics for the project management team. There's other areas that maybe come to mind as you look at these other templates that maybe you didn't think of in your initial list. But at least that way you can decide, hey, yeah, we like this one, don't want that one. But at least it allows you to fill it out in a very copy paste way. That's a lot easier than trying to come up with it from scratch. So that'll be the next thing. Get your job description built out, and then you'll have some of the more common templates that you can, again, I would encourage you to polish them and make them your own. So it fits exactly your style and your communication, because you're going to be meeting these people in real life after all, right? So you can use some of these things to talk about, hey, here's what we're looking for. This is what we need. This is part of how your job descriptions are going to be your day-to-day. But the part that most people miss, and the part that's going to make all the difference in the world when it comes to spending time with the right people and also standing out. Because just like we need to, when we're talking to homeowners, we need to stand out with our offers to them. We also need to stand out with our offers to candidates. It's the same thing. Everything's selling. So we want to make sure we're doing that. At the very top, you want to answer a couple of key things in the description. This is where you have your almost a little bit of a thinking of it almost like an advertisement for like a regular ad, right? So where it's, okay, why would you want to work for us? Here's why we're different. Here's why our company culture is different. Here's really the kind of opportunity we provided. Maybe, again, you're a small growing team, but you're looking to find people that want opportunities for growth, people that want to advance. You've got vision for that particular position. Or maybe it's someone that you want to be able to call out, hey, this particular role can be done remote, if that's the case. Just call out some of those things that maybe aren't as obvious or as consistent across all the other job descriptions that you've compared, but use this as a way to be able to, again, really help people see this is what they're about. You talk a little bit about your culture and your mission. Are there things about, again, working day to day in your office or with your team that are different, that you want to be able to help filter the people that jive with those things? And because a lot of times, again, people just forget or leave it out. This will just help make sure that you can at least set the expectation very clearly. Hey, we are a work hard, party hard group, whatever those things are, but call them out in the very beginning before you get into all the other stuff. They're expecting, and they're going to look to the qualifications, requirements, education, pay, all benefits, all that jazz. But before they get into that, this is the part that's going to help you make sure that if you're going to get someone who's going to apply, you've at least set some clear filters and expectations on the stuff that really matters to help you find the people that want to stay for the long haul. So again, we've done this time and time again, just helps our guys save tons of time with filtering through applications or not talking to people that just aren't the right fit from the get-go, or just don't have the right, I don't have the goods. And so this is just one of the things we found over time and time again is going to help get you the right people. So because we know we don't have a ton of time to spend on this, but let's make sure it's going to be efficient. These are some of the things we can do. So again, if you've got a role that you're looking to hire and you want to borrow some of the other templates we've done that are used to be able to help save you even more time beyond the process I just walked you through, just drop a comment, let me know the role that you're looking to hire next, and we'll send you over the stuff that we need and we'll help you. And I'm excited to hear how it goes and how you're able to get the right person on your team so you can grow and fulfill all the leads that you've now filled your calendar with. If you're not there yet, you want some help with those things, then hey, we can do that too. Check out some of the other guides inside the group and we'll get you the tools you need so you can start getting the phone ringing off the hook without spending a bunch of money on ads that don't work. So we'll see you next week. Have a good one.